Okay. So Naveen, generally we don't develop any, families with help of Dynamo until unless if it is some sort of an adaptive components. Okay. So in such cases, yes, we do follow. I mean, any architecture or structure related. But if you are from MEP background and developing, the families with the help of Dynamo, it is not suggestible. I mean, we can do it, um with Revit itself. That would be better. Okay. We generally don't suggest when it's a very lengthy process. Okay. And moreover, like you should be very, very good in geometry to understand this, dynamo stuff. Okay. I mean, to play with all the families and placements and everything is very easy. Okay. So Chaitanya is saying Excel sheets can be used in Dynamo to reflect the info in Revit parameters. Yeah. We have some addition options where we can showcase that import and export functions with with Dynamo. Okay, so if you have some sufficient information and needs to be exported into Revit, I mean exported into Excel. So we have an option called export Excel. Okay, I mean, again, if you want to import the data into, I mean, if there are any changes happened in the Excel, I want those changes have to be reflected in the Revit elements back again. In such cases, import Excel, import Excel, import Excel. Okay, so we have these kind of functions, whatnot, everything we have. Okay, so I'll just show you. Like for example, if you want to create project parameters, I have you know, bunch of parameters. I just want to load all these parameters in every project. Okay, so in that case, create a project parameters. So create a project parameter, and this will allow you to create a multiple, parameters. Create a multiple parameters in one instance. So it's clearly asking like what do you exactly need. Now most of the people having some you know a wrong understanding like actually how the dynamo is accepting the inputs, how the dynamo is accepting the inputs. Okay, just a moment. Let me mute everyone. Okay, I'll just show you on small thing. If I want to create a project parameter for suppose, okay, let's just go to the manage and click on project parameters. So there is an additional pop-up which I say add here. Compare this node with this one. Okay. So now you just cross check what is this expecting and how do I connect. If you create a parameter, okay, generally everything in if you're trying to automate something, you're not you're not playing with any new data. You are utilizing the old data itself. Okay, so here parameter name. So whatever you enter here, I'll just use any question. So whatever you type something here, you are going to connect here. First input, it's very clear. Okay. Instead of creating like one by one, instead of giving one by one, so you'll say Dynamo, I'm going to send you a list of parameters. So, I mean, if the parameters may be in notepad format, I mean, in any notepad file or in any Excel file, import process is common. After that, you'll create all those. Okay. So what is this? The next one is expecting group name. So you already have an information this for the group. So it's it, the group. Okay. So you'll be connecting this group will be here and this group will be here. And type of parameter, it's still saying type of parameter. So even this is also acting like a type. So you're already well known about all these things. But when you see this word for the first time, you'll get confused because you don't know how to connect. Clear. Okay. So again, it is saying instance. It is saying it is an instance. Okay. So what do you mean by instance? Okay. Type or instance. So when I hover the cursor on this, generally, okay, if I hover the cursor on this, it says is instance parameter or is it a type parameter? Is it an instance parameter or is it a type parameter? So we generally consider if you have an options, if Dynamo is giving us an option, it's a Boolean. If you have to, I mean, if you have two options, so we have to pick either one of it. So in that case, it will be like a Boolean. Okay, Boolean data type. So when I hover the cursor on this, it's saying, yeah, is instance parameter. It's a type parameter. So true is instance parameter, false is type parameter. So how do you understand all this? We'll see in the training. Okay. Now, this is also okay. Then finally, category list. So here you can pick multiple categories. So that category information will be connected to this. So you're not creating anything from, I'm not creating anything new. So you're already aware of all this. So the only problem is you should know how to connect it. You should know how to connect it. Understand? Okay. So I just okay. So what if I'll just cancel, close this. Now if I want to create a sheet for suppose, if I just want to create a sheet, so what do you exactly need? Create sheet. Create sheet. So what does it need? So when I just click on sheets, right click a new sheet. So what is it expecting generally when I just click a new? So it is expecting, where is that? So that is expecting a number. So it's a sheet number. So whatever you write exactly, you have to connect it. You have to connect. So it is A for actually. Since I shown you yesterday, like what is an A for? Numerical, I mean alphanumeric in a string. So I'll connect this to this. What if again it's a name now? Name is unnamed. I'll just make it, um, level one, lighting. I'll just copy the same. Okay. I will connect this. Again, it is a string. See, when I hold the cursor, it is saying it's clearly string. So connect the string and connect this to this. So this is expecting like a title block now. So title block, it is a family type. So I'll just type family type. So you generally you never stuck anywhere if you have known all this, the tips and tricks. If you know all these tips and tricks, you never stuck anywhere. So the problem is you don't know uh, you don't have a proper resource or you don't follow uh, you know a, a general process. Understand a procedure like in an algorithmic way. Understand? Okay. So family types. So in the family, I can see all the families which I load into the project. So I'll pick the first one is asymmetric. Asymmetric. I know that's a title block. So when I simply connect this to this, it's gonna create. So we'll do lighting plan. Let's say for can this say it has created a sheet. Level 2, A4. See, oh, this can failed. Now the problem is, I mean, you exactly followed, the YouTube. Okay, but there is no like exactly whatever he has done. So you tried the same, but it didn't work. For him, it's working. For you, it isn't working. Okay. So we just give a, you decide, you decided already. So Dynamo is a useless, it can't work. So you will not give another chance with some other different strategies. Okay. So why don't, I mean, this is perfect. This is perfect. And this is also perfect. But still, if it isn't working, then you have to change the main function. I'll try create sheet again. See, most of the people are doing the same thing. Okay. I'll connect this to this. I'll connect this to this. Same inputs. Same inputs. Even this also didn't work. Mm-hmm. I'll try one more. Create sheet, create sheet, create sheet. Dynamically. I'll try this one then. Sheet name, sheet number, title block. Sheet number is already in the use. So here there is a problem. This is not an issue with the node actually. There is already, we have sheet and it's, see, it has created A7 and level 2 lighting plan. This node have an additional function. It will cross check if there is any like A4, it's already there, then it will change the number to the closest number and it will create it. See, this worked. Is this clear? So, I mean, generally don't follow, um, we generally don't follow the process, which it hasn't. Okay. To be frank, how do I say this? I'll show you some set of examples. Okay. Here, it is saying that sheet number is already in use. Parameter name, sheet number. These are called tooltips. Most of the nodes, they will not give you the tooltip. That is the reason we have a lot of confusion whether it's working or not. So if it is working, we have a different style. I mean, the node will try to convey something, within something. For example, I just connect something to this. For example, if I connect, when I disconnect this, if you notice that now that turns to the dark color state. When disconnect, it's a like a light color. It's a light gray. What if I connect a number to this? I'm connecting number and I connected this. Now it is an orange color. So Dynamo is trying to convey something in a in a different in its own style. So we should follow it. There are many tips and tricks to understand why this isn't working. So why this didn't working? Okay, even I got confused just now why the node isn't working. Until unless I see this node again and the tooltip of it, then I realize, okay, I think it's already, we are already having this in sheet name. Okay, I mean the sheet number. Okay, cool. So, this is quite common when it comes to the automation. If you create a script today, it will not work after 6 months. So you have to troubleshoot it again. That is the reason the companies won't like to take this, the people out. I mean, they don't want to remove the people who are already working on this. So they completely depend on the developers now because, that is what the advantage is in the IT industry. It's an IT industry. They will never take the people out. Whenever you're trying to switch, they'll give you hike and they'll keep you there. That is the reason compared to a BIM industry, IT industry and more. I mean, if you have any siblings like your wife or sister or brothers, just cross check their salaries with your salary with the same experience. They earn more. They earn more. Okay. The reason if they have a switch, if they try to switch, then they will keep them. They'll keep them with, paying some excess. Understand? Okay. So fine. Let me check if there are any still questions. No. So today I supposed to show you something like, this is one of a important tip, which is reading a tooltip. Okay. And yesterday I've shown you when you open the cursor on these inputs part. Okay. Annotate. So we have to consider there are different areas we generally follow. Uh, you know, I mean, like consider surgeon. I'm a surgeon, like developer. Okay, I'm just a coding surgeon. If I want to do a surgery on every block, for every block I want to do. So what are the things I generally consider? Where is the hard part? This is called the hard part. This is a hard. So here we have a hard part, which is when you hover the cursor on this, it shows three different things actually. I don't reveal it now. Okay, I'll explain during the training. So one, it's clearly showing it's like a string or element. For some of the inputs, they will not show anything. In that case, how do you come to know whether this input have the heart? So we have a three hearts here. We have a three hearts here. Do you understand? So first one, second one, and third one. Or else, you can consider for this heart, we have a three ways to pump the blood. For example, just okay. So one, two, and three ways. So you have to fill all these three ways to get the heart function work. Understand? So if you don't know what it is really expecting, then you should know how to find the input data type. So this is the one area. And then here we have another area. So this is the first part, and this is the second part. Okay. And we have next to the arrows, where there is a small arrow. Here it shows like two options. So that is going to be 3 and 4. 3 and 4. And very important, when I see some data here, like an output, so this will be considered the fifth one. And what I'm getting this as an output, 6. The complete is 6. This and this, I consider this a sixth one. Okay. So when I hover the cursor, and right click on it, I say racing, I have a three options here. I have a three options. Consider the three options as one. So seventh one. Rest of the features we generally don't use. They're not related to any, internal part. Okay. You understand? So lacing is an internal stuff. Even this returns the internal stuff. Even this returns an internal stuff. Even the node the name which represents the internal part. So I'm completely explaining you the internal, not an external part. Understand? Okay. So everything when it returns something here, you have some different outcomes. Different outcomes. Okay. So that will show again. From that, you have again a different data structures, different data types. So here, for example, I have point X value, Y value, Z value. If I have a level which pins here, level name and level number and level ID. So I can pull a different information from here and I have to segregate it. So here we'll apply some dot rotation strategies. Dot rotation strategies. If you don't know anything what we have explained this, there will be you will never become an expert. Seriously, you're a zero. I'll just show you. This is the course curriculum, which I generally don't share. I share it in another format. Okay. So this is another step. Okay. I mean, if you wish to see the complete course content, this is the one in detail, completely. In yesterday's concept, what we have seen, it's not even one topic. It's not like even one topic out of all this. So consider how much knowledge you're going to gain in the training. This all my, is my R&D experience, convert R&D experience. I have, still I'm exploring if there any something new. We don't used to have like, writing some Python content or C# content in the code block itself that we have. It's still developing. So I'm keep on adding. In the first batch or in the second batch, we don't have a design scripting. It was, 15 hours course when I start this training services. But now it is 60 hours. Maybe next year, by the end of the next year, maybe it will be 80. The next it may be 100. Who says? So you will be getting the updated sessions into your playlist. Like, you know, you just have to follow your playlist, frequently. So you can see some, if there are any advanced concepts added, I keep on explaining. Okay. And I'll share it with you. So these are the main concepts which you can, the one which I explained you, it is anatomy of node. Now, what are the things? So what do you mean by node finding? If you are good in, I mean, we have a five different strategies. We have a five different strategies to become expert in the node finding. If you learn all the strategies, no one can beat you in finding the nodes as much as you can. You just go and sit with your like 5 to 10 people of like who have come for an interview. So everyone have like 2 years of experience. You're just like a 1 month experienced candidate. You are a beginner student. Let them. They have self-learning experience. Go and find. I mean, if they give you a task to find the nodes, you will be like, there is a say. It's a fast, fast and finger first something. So you will be in that level because these five strategies are very important. Very important, not only in Dynamo. I'm having around, I'm a Python expert. I'm C Sharp expert. I'm a, Ruby Rails expert. I'm a JavaScript expert. Okay. So I learned like some of the different languages like Scratch, RPA, robotic, process automation and whatnot. Uh, Visual programming is not a new for me anything. So, for example, if I show you a tool, Scratch, see, again, we have this our element now, and so this is our element. So I'm saying earlier, these are my blocks. These are my blocks. I mean, modes. This is my workspace. I just drag. So when I click on this, the cat is moved like 10 steps forward. The 10 steps forward. This is again another visual programming application. Clear. Let me show you one more. So there is a Python RP, robotic process automation. Okay. So that is also like visual programming tool again. So if I click on create new project and saying um, Excel operations, when you trying to create a space between Excel and operations, it won't accept. No, it will not accept. Even in R Dynamo, I mean, while you create any blocks, you may not see what do you say that? The spaces. Okay. So we have an actions. So actions in the sense, again, these are, let's consider these are like a packages, the default packages. I mean, if I want to play with an Excel, just click on Excel. Okay. If I want to create a sheets or if I want to get the sheets, tell us. So where is the file path? Just click on browse. And when I click on any Excel document, it's going to give you the sheets. Do you understand? So everything will be like, I'll just connect something and then this add sheet. If we want to add sheet and see I have connections, this to this. See how this is like a flow based. It's a flow based. And this is a block based. Don't many connections here. They'll simply attract to each other. Simply attract to each other. If I say hello after 2 seconds. So two options will be look here. The first one, the cat will move for 10 steps forward and say hello for 2 seconds. Simple. Hello for seconds. Say now, then for 2 seconds. Now it has executed. Here. Here in this plan. Okay. So scratch. Okay. So this is the okay. So we have another like win automation. So to develop applications, to develop web applications and desktop applications will use that here. And this is another one. So the concept which I'm going to teach you, they're usually related to all this. So you no need to learn all this language, the tools again. You can simply handle. Let's say when I just click on new process, we have a process designer, macro recorder, web recorder. The automation are in three different ways. So macro recorder in the sense it will record your mouse actions on your screen, on your exactly screen. And if you try, if you implement this on a small monitor, it that won't work again. In your monitor, if you're using like HP model number 1010, so this application will work only in HP 1010 monitors only because it will consider the coordinate points of your cursor. Understand? Okay. So what do you mean by web recorder? So here it will browse the web and interact with the web pages. So if I'm a stock market guy, so every day in the morning, 9 o'clock, I'll sit and watch, I'll open 20, 30 different websites. Okay. 20, 30 websites and pull some information and I'll copy into the Excel. I want to automate that entire process in just one click. In that case, I will be following this. So with one single click, it will create, it will open all the websites and extract the information what you generally do. And it will open an Excel, either existing or new Excel, it will copy. It will understand, okay, this guy is copying this value. So for data, this is the, earlier, it was 128, now it's 126. So that will copy into the Excel. So this is the way you can create an applications. So process designer, which we generally following now. Now see the again the same interface. The same interface. The actions, the workspace, and I can see the variables, I can see the functions, everything here. Okay. Visual programming is not new and it's Dynamo is just tool which helps us creating a the bridge between the bit and something else. So to automate that process, we are creating algorithms in an algorithmic way. There is really fun. Okay. So to do all this, you must know the first concept where you start it is node finding. Is the node finding. You should know. Let's say, every day you just have to set, oh, sometime these are my, general instructions to my students. I'll share it, in my training. So every day you just have to visit. Okay, today my target is Akila. I'll just code the code. No need of any practice. Date times. From me next time. What is this? So I'll give you some instructions to read and understand. You don't need to have, you know, you don't need to create 1,000 scripts from the day one. In the day one, I mean, if you're expecting this scripts to be created, no. So first you have to analyze it. Generally, there are, I'll give an example. Tesla car. I mean, they didn't work for almost like, 5 years. They did only one single thing. It's analyzing the data. Finally, they started implementing the data in a application. I hope you know the Tesla cars. So how they are working now. Okay. So if you want to become an expert, you should know what are the, functions are available in your dynamo. You have to understand it because if somebody asked you in an interview, like, can you do this, Mr. Dev? Can you do this, Gagan? So how do you say that? If you don't know whether that function is existing or not. Correct. Okay. So in that case, date and times. Okay. This will help us to date the date times information. The date time is another data type. That is another data type. Okay. So what do you mean by another data? Move the cursor here. So 21 is separate and 00 is separate and 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, which is running, I mean the seconds. So I have a common block. Inside the block, we have three different things again. So date is a parent. Here we generally call date is a parent. Sorry, time is a parent. Time is a parent. Okay. So when I put a dot next to it, okay, I'll just go with a general example. Time is a parent. Now, time dot hours. So this is parent, and this is children. So the time has three children. One is hours, time dot minutes, time dot seconds. So time is constant here. So time is a data type. Time is a data type. So in that we have a sub data types again. It's called data structure. So you have to understand the data structures. Okay. So why I'm telling all this? For example, I'll just drag here. I'll just drag. And when I hover the cursor, so what it is expecting int. So what do you mean by int? It's a number. I'll connect a number as per yesterday's. Okay. See, guys, I'm going to explain you the mistakes that you are generally doing during your learning. Understand? So I'm not revealing the magic behind it. There are a lot than what I'm showing you. Okay. So I'll just connect my mobile number 90566690. That's my mobile number. If you want to register for this training, text me in here. So here I have a date, and I have a time. So in this, uh, this is a date, this is the month, and this is the D, M, and Y. So date dot date and date dot month, date dot year. Okay, so this is the way we generally, and time dot hours, time dot minutes, time dot seconds. Okay, what if okay, so what if I'll set this entire thing and okay, I'll write it here. So this date time start from Unix type. I'll just copy the text. Let's see the magic. I'll just copy the text. I'll write in a code block. I write in a code block. Now, where is this date times actually coming from? From the core. So date times is a folder. See, did you understand? So datetime is a folder. Inside the folder, we have a Unix type. So this is the folder name, and this is the, function name. So where is this data is coming from? From the core. So I'll type core. Okay. So where is this code coming from? Archi lab. What is that? So Archi lab. Perfect. So now what do I do here? This is expecting one put. So open the bracket and connect the same number. Copy, paste, and close the bracket. It returns the same result. It returns the same result as it is 9105600. Is it clear? So 91605690. Clear? Is this clear? Because since it is taking the decimal values, that is the reason which is there is a difference. Okay, nothing to worry. So, but both functions are working exactly. Both functions are working exactly. Is it clear? So, these strategies, how to find a node, how to understand, and how do you split the data into the parts, So everything you are going to learn in this, the node finding concept. Node finding concept. Before you play with, before you start, understanding the five strategies. I mean, after the five strategies, once you learned, you have to do your personal R&D. Personal R&D. I don't want you to sit and do all this in overnight. Okay. It will take almost like 30 days. So every day, one package or two packages. Okay. So you just sit and, understand, okay, we have this resource. We have seen already. So if somebody asked you, then yeah, it's possible. You can say confidently it is possible since you have already seen there is such a function which works as per your discussions. Understand? Okay. Now, the next one, the problem is understanding, the node. There are 7 areas. Seven, I mean, I have shown you seven, but there are a lot. I will keep on explaining. You will be playing with zero touch node, custom node, Dynamo player scripts, the Dynamo scripts. So the code blocks, the Python blocks, there are a lot when it comes to, and for every input, I mean, how it is reacting. This is the only concept which I take till the end of the training. This is the only concept which I take till the end of the training. I can finish this in 1 day, in 2 hours. I can finish this concept in 2 hours. So node states 2 hours. Dot notation, more than 2 hours. More than 2 hours. Okay, because we have some subtopics in it. Okay, so parent and child. So this will be another concept. See, these all are like a programming concepts, but I don't let you feel that you are learning a programming language. Understand? We are going to learn, but I don't let you feel that there is a magic. And I'm not starting, this is not for any intermediate users. It's completely for the candidates who don't know anything about Dynamo. It's completely from zero, completely from zero. So you nothing to worry about how the training will be. I mean, is it for an experienced candidate? If you don't have any coding experience, you don't know even ABCDs of coding, still you can come and happily learn this. So parent and child, it will take almost like 1 hour. So there will be some other concepts will be covered along with that. Custom node creation. I mean, you will create your own nodes. Will create a blocks like with your own name. This is what generally if you go for any if you go for any interview for any company, so you can show that like Dave dot something, Dave dot something like from Unix time. Now it's not data and not Unix time. It's Dave dot from Unix time. How cool it is. You can confidently show them. Use my I mean you can offer them like use my scripts for your projects. It means you're offering something to them. You just go for an interview to get the pay. But if you offer in reverse, they'll really impress. Understand? So you should know all this. You know, I mean, this is not only, I just don't believe only teaching the concept. Okay. So I want everyone to be settled. Especially, I want you to come out from, the boring, the modeling process or coordination stuff. Come out of it. Everything you can automate it. Everything you can automate. So come and sit and develop all this. And not only this, I'm going to share you almost like, 75 scripts which you can directly implement on your live projects. That is worth of almost like 80 or 90 euros. Understand? I mean, which is very expensive. So I'm going to share you that. Is it clear? Okay. So you can happily, implement that kind of a, you know, scripts on your live projects. Okay. Fine. So what else? Okay. Custom node. You can create your own list management. Very, very important because we generally don't play with the one object when you're trying to, or when, why you're learning this automation. I have a task. So that has to be, you know, work on all the elements. Rajesh, I have a 10,000 elements, but can I filter? I don't want to execute these actions all and all the stuff. I mean, not on all the elements, only on level one objects. Can I filter only level one objects without manual selection? You can do this. For example, categories, categories. So I say, for example, lighting fixtures and all elements of category. So I'm telling like very clearly here. I know a category name and I want you to get all the elements of particular category. I want, you know, I simply write, can you get all the elements, all elements. So when I start typing all elements, showing me a lot of nodes here, all elements of type. Okay, if I connect any type, element type, it's going to give you all the elements of a particular type. Oh, cool. All elements at particular level. So if I connect a level information, so it's gonna give you all elements at that particular level. Oh, so all elements of system. If I connect a duct system or a pipe system or anything, so it will give you all elements of the particular system. So all elements at level. See, this is an alternative node. If this node isn't not existed in your Dynamo, try this. Okay. So yesterday I've shown you there are 2 lakh scripts are ready to use. So that 2 lakhs are not exactly 2 lakhs. There will be almost like 50% duplicates only. So you can consider only 1 lakh scripts are ready to use. And the rest of the 1 lakh, they are like helping you in case you lost it. It used to work in 2021 Revit Dynamo, but that is not working in 2024 Revit Dynamo. Then find an updated one. Simple. If this is old one, try the new one. When you open the same script in 2021 Revit Dynamo, this will not work. So you have to replace with the old one again. It's called troubleshooting. So every single minute thing, not even, you can't even imagine how detailed the training will be. You should have, if you sit the training with empty stomach, your stomach will full. Do you understand? So after a month, your stomach will, get like 42 size. Got it? So get ready. Okay, because the tips and tricks which I'm going to explain, I don't want you to write any notes or anything. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to share you the recorded videos. Watch it whenever you are available. And then, write down your notes by your own, not when I'm teaching. Okay. But just a minute. So I don't let you feel bored when it comes to concept because every day I'm not teaching the same concept. There are different concepts. Every concept will be Very, very interesting. Understand, if I finish this concept today, you will take the same concept again any of the session. That is dedicatedly only in that day itself. I will not explain anything. So there will be no chupa chupa knowledge here and a chupa chupa knowledge again here. Nothing like that. Understand? 50% now, 10% now, 10% here. Nothing like that. Purely, what do you mean by parent and child? Whenever I say parent and child, you should tell that very confidently. So when you implement the parental concept, so this gets a more edgy in finding a node, and door rotation will help you finding a node again. Understand? Is it clear? But after node finding, you have to implement, you have to understand how the node is behaving. I'll show you something. Damn shining. So the same node, point dot by coordinates, point dot by coordinates, point dot by coordinates, point dot by coordinates. The same node, but they are in different colors. So they are, you know, behaving separately. So you should understand the behaviors. You should understand the states of every, input type here. Not only behavior, but node behavior. So if the node is behaving completely different, so there are, several reasons, the multiple reasons. So you should know, I mean, for example, in a flow plan, I just placed some elements yesterday here. Here, this area raised some sort of elements here. But I'm not able to see I'm not able to see today. Why? And I can see that in 3D now. In the 3D, we can see that. But I'm not able to see that in this view. What could be the reason? Come on. What could be the reason? What will be the reason? Hmm? Come on. Maybe the worksets issue. Maybe we like you have to check whether it's turned off or not. Okay. So you just have to find out. Do you have any work sets or you are on a wrong work set or you are in a, is there any filters applied or there is any view range issue or there is a plan region issue. So how do you say, if one isn't working, so you check VV. So there is everything clear here. Check, you will check the filters. There are no filters. Everything is clear. You will check the work site, you will check the discipline. So everything. So how you have another option when it comes to coding, yes, you have that many options to go with. So every single thing I'm gonna explain, yeah, phases, filters, everything. Correct. So you just have to try all this. What if it is expecting category? So connect the category to it. So it's giving you there are 40 lighting fields in the model. Okay. So the expecting element type. So type here, element types. So pick one type, anything, connect it to it. You'll get something again here. Okay. So I'll keep on changing like that. Anything else I go with a pipe, then do you have a pipes? No, we don't even have a pipe. So pipe, schedule type. So we have different. So the schedule types. So it's going to give you. And what about all elements level? So that is expecting level, type level. So Dynamo is not a, like a robotic science. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to handle even. Trust me. from the third day itself, you will very eager to, generally the kids, I mean, if your your parent, I mean, if you are a parent, so if you, brought something to your kids, so they will show that curiosity. About tomorrow I'm going to open this. So like how, I mean, they won't feel, they don't sleep even. Understand? Okay. So you are in that stage after 3 days. You will always like to open Dynamo. The only reason why you don't do that because you have a doubt. So if I did something wrong, it's going to affect our project. Yes, it will. If you don't know how to handle it, you have a pros. At the same time, you have a cons as well. I'm not scaring you, but it is fact. Okay. So, because see, I have reviewed 2020. Yesterday, we have tested for one of a client. We have created we have created some DLL files for one of our client. We have created a DLL files. So we generally create DLL files in the Visual Studio. So that, went wrong. And yesterday I couldn't open, the Revit 2024. Otherwise, this workshop should be on 2024. Understand? But I mean, I understand. Okay, something went, you know, wrong. So that is the reason we are. This is a plan B. Okay, I didn't expect that it will. So I don't have time to fix in live. So switch to it immediately. And after that, I was a bit busy with some other things and I couldn't even fix. So today also I went through with 2021 only. Okay. So there are chances. There are chances. So if you know how to handle Dynamo effectively, right, this is an action node. See, I'll just show you stuff. For example, in geometry, in point, there are few things you have to understand. Okay, so plus nodes and action nodes and question mark nodes. So these three belongs to question mark. What is this question mark? I'll explain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these nodes are action nodes. These nodes are create nodes. Understand? So here, these are completely risk-free. These are risk-free completely. You create, you place 100 nodes on your canvas. Your Dynamo will not give you any kind of a warnings or something. Okay. For this, you have this is like a 50% scheme. So why they are expecting something to be they're expecting something to be connected to it, to these nodes. If it was created, it will not create a duplicate again. So once it is executed, it won't execute again. So it's safe. The biggest problem with these set of nodes, they are 100% risk nodes. So when you see the node, you should say, this is a risky node. Very risky node. Once you're done with that thing, you just have to simply right click and freeze it. Otherwise, it's a problem. Understand? So which node you have to freeze? What do you mean by freeze? Like it's just like a statue now. It has heartbeat. Now it is again a statue. Do you understand? So it won't work. Even if you connect something to it, it won't work. Understand? Unless you unfreeze it again. Clear? So all elements at level. This is affecting level, no? Just a minute. At least go in a proper direction, level. So selection, it's level. When I connect this, see, I'm getting the elements which are in the entry level. There are 4,732, elements are there. In this, all elements are level. I have one more again. Let me try. When I connect this, you just calculate the time. You just count the seconds. When I connect it, see, not even 1 second. What if I connect this to this? 1, 2. Even this is also working a bit faster. But this is somehow late compared to, I mean, this is called runtime. After you can't measure the time frame, So here it shows like 4,732, 4,789. So there is a difference, but why? Maybe this guy has added some additional functions to get, and this guy missed it. Simple. Okay. There's nothing wrong. You can almost close it. Okay. So you can consider this or you can consider this. Okay. So you have to understand you have two functions which returns the same, but which node supposed to be used here? I don't reveal in the training. Okay. So which one have to be used? If you use either a wrong one, instead of executing in 1 second or 5 seconds, it will take 5 minutes, it may take 10 minutes, or it may take 1 hour also. You understand? So there are few things to be considered. Not creating the script and copy paste, not like this. Okay. So if you are very bad at writing all this, Rajesh, you don't know anything. So there are, I'm going to give you some additional strategies. I'll explain some sort of an additional strategies which help you how to create your own graph. Understand? Okay. So you will be using some additional tools. You'll be using additional some tools and it, I mean, it's just like a graph. Okay. For example, well, remove that page. For example, this is another, as I showed before. huh? I think I didn't show this before. This, the tabs. If you're from architecture background or structural background or mechanical or electrical or plumbing background, just for the architecture. So based on complexity of that, based on the complexity, we have created something. So beginner basics. If you wish to go with the beginner basics, just click on it. So you have some tasks here. Create a basic wall in time. I just copy down. If you don't have a proper logic, how you know how to create it, we are going to use artificial intelligence. You don't have a logic at all. You don't know how to start with. But if you have a proper documentation, you can follow. After my training, you can write a scripts with the help of ChatGPT like anything. Trust me. Understand? If you watch a video, I mean a YouTube video now, and you watch the same video after 30 days, you will feel something you will scold that guy who made that video. Seriously. So you will be far better than the person who made that video. Because everything you can easily understand. For logic, you can YouTube, there are thousands of videos on YouTube. Seriously. No need to clone. I don't know. I mean, really what exactly you'll, if you have two monitors, you'll put a YouTube on one monitor and you will open Dynamo on the second monitor and you exactly clone it. Pass, play, pass, play. This is what. Nothing required. Understand? Okay. So if you, for example, Navisworks, clash detection, or else, Revit Dynamo, builders work, builders work, sick builders work. So absolute, how do you create this kind of rotating towers? How do you create this, the angle towers? So will be everything just like that you will understand. You will never go through with the second second again. Understand? No need to clone. If you are over it logic, I don't suggest you to open YouTube. So come, we have a friend platform here. Okay. So here you have to say that Revit Dynamics. So generally, you know, this is Bimera GPT. It's a team GPT. I mean, you can see the others' history and others can see your history as well. What you're exactly searching for. If I just click on act as a Revit API. So there is a student list, Akif Hassan. So act as a Revit API Python developer, as a Python developer. So explain the bugs and educational tone, because you must to learn something with instructional and tutorial style. So here there are number of styles. There are number of styles you have to choose. If you are a professional, change this to the professional tone, and set it to technical detail style. And if you want to explain or generate whatever, you have to ask this guy. So this guy used explain, explain. So the first line is very important to get the accurate result. If you don't follow this, it will generate the result anyways. But it is not exactly the same as like the real result. With this, it's 90% correct. 10% bug would be there. Without this, 20 or 30% will correct. So fixing 10% is far better than 70-80%. Do you understand? Okay. No, I'll just fight. Say that this is purely for BIM people, not for I have we have developed it, and this is exactly ChatGPT 4.0. Since you guys are not affordable, you know, buying ChatGPT 4 with 22,000 for 1 year. So we are offering the same ChatGPT 4 for 5,000. At the same time, you have a lot of resources to with. Very cool. Trust me. Okay. So act as a remembrance in the professional tone, in the technical detail style. Can you please generate? Okay. Now my question. Can you create a basic wall in Dynamo? Since you have to ask something and additional instructions, I'm a beginner. I'm a Dynamo beginner. Explain in step by step processor. Okay. And I want to understand the from and to connections to. So what do you mean by from and to? What do you mean by from and to? So where the data is coming from and where the node is to be connected to. That's it. So I'll just copy that. So it's creating it has written some prompt. So far it is just a question. But when you copy this is the prompt actually. Let me so Dynamo tutorial, creating a basic wall. If you have this, I don't follow anything here. So it is an open demo. I know start a new script, understand the workspace work. So what are the what are the nodes which are generally required? So it's related conclusion. It's for now select and play the nodes. The node level drag and drop the following nodes into the workspace. So it's clearly saying, okay, fine. I'll just follow the same categories. Okay. Categories. Minimize categories. Okay. All elements of category. Copy, paste. So clearly written like wall types, pointed by coordinates, pointed by coordinates, lined out by point and point. So it's creating by start point and point. Oh, what about by coordinate? See, this is the power of ChatGPT 4. If you follow same with ChatGPT 0.5, it will not give you most of the nodes. It will not because it will take the updated data. It will take you the outdated data. Okay. So what is trying to say? Categories node, set this to the walls. So in the categories node, set this to the walls. Do that. Okay. So all elements category connect the category node to filter all wall elements. Okay, connect the category to category. Okay. So wall node, state to define the wall type, what I want to create. So I want to find some exterior block on metal that wants. So point by codes, create 2 points, set the XY coordinates for each to define the style and for your wall. Here, this is, if you feel this is not clear to you, you can ask that, again, please explain this concept. Can you please explain, uh, you know, the point in 4.2, in 4.2, this one. Now, okay, again with, I'll just copy the same, this, I mean, when you, before you start playing, this is very important again. Okay, these two restrictions are very important. So this is actually called a prompt engineering, guys. Most of, you know, don't know what is this actually. Prompt engineering, like how do you ask? So it's prompt engineering in the sense we should know like how to questioning. That's it. Okay. Now when I hit enter in the 4.2, it will clearly tell you. Now I have a doubt there. 4.2. I did, it was not clear to me. So done. Okay. I'll just go down to this. Looking pointed by coordinates. Okay. In Dynamo, go to my code library and it's the point by coordinates. Hit enter. Okay. So the node will open the list in search, whatever. So place two point by coordinate nodes. So unique points define a line. Correct. See how cool it's exactly explaining. So why do you need another instructor again? Okay. But to understand all this, first you should know how to understand this documentation part. There are, this is not that easy. Since this is a very easy task, you can understand clearly. But if you're asking a complex task, the way it generates, it's something different. So there will be new things completely in the documentation. So you should have that sense to understand what it is trying to convey. Clear? Okay. So you need to cut, drag and drop the point coordinates so twice to the canvas. So you do the retentions of the node. In the previous one, it has told me only to go with one. So pointed by coordinates. Okay, pointed by coordinates node twice. Okay, Control C, Control V twice. Right. So click on first point, no to select in no the see the field labeled XYZ. Oh, so I have seen X and Y. So I have to try point out by coordinates XYZ. So we have another one. So see the way we are changing the complete. Okay. So Control C and Control V. I'm done. Now enter the coordinates with the start point of your wall. For example, let it go to 0, y equals 0, z equals 0 for point A. Let's consider this a point A. Okay, let's consider this is a point. Guys, I hope you are following me. Huh? Correct? So this is a point B. Then there's a point B. So repeats for the same point, note to the endpoint if you want. For example, 10 plus 0 is 0. So here the x value is n. Here the x value is 10. So I'll follow say that number, it's a number, no? Number. So x is a 0, y is a 0, z is a 0. Very good. So in the next point it said y is a 0 and z is a 0, but x it said 10. I have another point at 10 now. So this 10 can be a meters, a feet, or inch, or anything based on your project units. Based on your manage project units, this is in millimeter. So the wall which I'm going to create, it's going to be millimeters. No, I need 10 meters wall. So I just change the units. Now that exactly reflects the dynamo now. So I'll just go back. Where is that? Where is that? That's here. Okay. Now The two points are D. That's it. So connecting point dot by coordinates lined by start point and endpoint. Oh, line dot by start point and endpoint. So how do I connect? Click and hold on the output node. Sounds like on the first point node point A to Z, this one, and connect to it. And then drag your while this. It's very clear, very, very clear. Like the spoon fitting. Understand? Why it exactly should be of you ask that style? Because you asked clearly like step and meant to connect. That's the reason you should. And go and ask something in 3.5, you will never get it. It will write it in its own style. Now it has drawn a line. Now you can see there's a line. There's a line. Okay, perfect. Now, finally, so connecting point, line of that. That's it. That's it. Okay, now let's go back to previous one. So the 4 point to the over is done. Now, line will start and will connect to to this and it draws a line between them representing where your wall will be placed. Correct. So wall dot by convert connect line node and specify it. Now, I have a question. Again, I have a doubt how to use this node effectively. You guys following me exactly because it is expecting curve. Up to here, I'm done. Clear. But how can I move further? Again, I'll go ask ChatGPT. I mean, sorry, Bimera GPT. Okay. So, can you please explain the point in 4.2? In 4.2, which point is that? The 6 pointer, 6th point. So, 6 point, all not that. Okay. I'll copy two lines. We generally call it instructions. I'll explain. It's just a dummy prompt. I'm going to show you very, very powerful prompts during the running. This prompt won't work in all the scenarios, only in the initial stage. But there are n number of prompts. For Python, there are different prompts. For Lazen, there is a different prompt. For everything, there are different prompts. So I'm going to share you all the one. Okay. So now it has created. First, find the wall dot by, curve and height node and press there. Once it is appeared, you already have a dot by step on endpoint node with 2 points connected from your previous one for start point from correct. Tag away from this node and drop into curve input of wall by state curve input into the curve input. So it's clearly telling that connected to the curve. Okay. Then what is next one? Expression of the connection. So the curve input requires node requires geometry line. That's fine. Then I think the connecting the inputs. We'll see another labeled height. So you will send another put label height. This needs a numerical value. So here we need to follow because since you don't know what it is expecting, it's clear. Here height that this minimum says common sense. Okay, maybe it is expecting the wall height. So you don't need to read the documentation over there. That was completely like kids do that. Okay, you are a professional. So if you get stuck in the early stage, that's fine. Okay, but here I'll say 4,000 is the height. No, we changed it to the meters. No, so 4 is the 4 meters, and it is expecting level. So I have already shown you that levels node. So drag this. It is expecting level, connect it, and wall type. So it has already told you to in the begin wall types. So connect this to this. So successfully we draw the wall. This is clear. How cool is this? How long it has taken to develop this script? Which I exactly explained you the process in a very detailed style, but Don't expect these kind of an explanations in the training. I don't, create any scripts during the training. I'll help you. I'll help you. How do you write this without a GPT? Without GPT. Okay. If you are going far beyond them, then you must have, this. If I'm not available after the training, then you can follow the chat GPT style. Everyone, is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Guys, is this clear? Come on. Is this clear? Everyone, I'm asking everyone. Hmm? Did you like the example? Hmm? See, that's what I'm clearly telling you. Dynamo is very easy. The thing is, you should have um, you know, the complete command on all this, all these topics. And trust me, you will never get this kind of a training anywhere. Okay, because no one, I have seen many tutors like they have a bunch of knowledge. Seriously, my tutors where I have learned like long back, my experience was very, very bad. I have lost a lot only for the trainings. Do you understand? Here, Gagan knows that when I was working with ACOM, okay, so he is from architecture background. So that time I have started initiating this Python. At the same time, I mean, next to our ACOM office, um, and then there is an institute. Oh, ACOM is here. Atkins, that is Atkins. Okay. So sorry, Gagan. Okay, there we have
Yeah,
a
you are right, Rajesh.
institute.
Yes.
Once I finished this,
Yeah.
I went there. Someone suggested me learn Python first. I joined Python, and after Python, I couldn't able to create anything in the Revit. I felt like Dynamo is better than Python. Then someone suggested go and learn C Sharp because Revit has developed in the C Sharp language. I couldn't understand anything since I don't have this Python experience. That I have this Python in 2005 itself. That was Chupa Chupa Python. I mean, up to oops concept. Okay. So, but this time they're teaching something different, which is not relevant to our application Python. I mean, to our Revit application. So again, I didn't get. I have to, you know, metro. I have to travel somewhere and learn this. And they know a bunch of, they have a bunch of knowledge, but they don't like to share. But you won't face that with in my training. So I always ready to give more than you expect. Understand? So if you keep on asking, I'll keep on giving you, sharing the knowledge. I like to share. Seriously. Okay. So trust me, you will thoroughly enjoy the training with me. If you have any bad experiences before with any tutors or someone, you will not face that with me. It's my promise. Clear? Clear, everyone? So, uh, any questions? So, I want you to be good at what do you mean by design scripting? I'll just show you. So, what is the low code process? This is low code actually. Do I have any? This is 2021 now. Okay, fine. I'll go with the lights only. So let me category dot by name, open bracket, and lighting fixtures. Show store there's a cat and lights equal to element what is what of category and I let's this will let's put lights. Now I got the same lights. I got all the 41 lights. But how did it do this? Okay, fine. Now I just want to check. I want to get only the lights which are having like 60 watt, the text 60 in it. So dot, I'll write next a name to it. Then I see the names. If I remove this, so I'll say element dot name. Nothing to confuse. I've shown yesterday. I have elements and I want you to get the name. So I just copied the same after dot and added here. Is it clear? So dot name. Now I want to cross check double equal to exactly if I say 2440 space hyphen 277 volts. I just close it. Okay. Now when I'm asking this, it's giving me true or false values. So it just simply changed to the true or false values. So I don't need another block again anymore. I don't want any block because nowadays everyone knows Dynamo. They're showing their colors like, I also know Dynamo. If you create something, it's very simple script. But if you shade them something in the code, it's very hard to understand for them. Because when I interview a lot of candidates, they don't know this language at all. They just stick to Dynamo. After 2 years, they're Dynamo. After 5 years, they're still Dynamo. They don't like to upskill themselves into the coding. Okay, they feel, they are superheroes on Dynamo. Dynamo is actually, it's completely a useless tool. You are learning a outdated tool. I'm not joking, seriously. Whenever you start implementing into the code, then only it makes sense. Then only the industry called you as an automation expert. Otherwise, you're just a Dynamo expert. Understand? Okay. So I'm not saying anything wrong here. Okay. Just talking, just telling facts. Okay. So wherever, sorry. So wherever there is a true value, I would like to see the elements. So I'll apply some different strategies, all this. If it is true value, then get me the lights. If not, just get me change to the null value. What is this? Come again. I'm so sorry. I would like to get something here. Control C, LGTS equal to, and then remove this. Okay. Now I'll get the lights. So only since they are like 2440, it's giving me the lights. Okay. Now I don't want to see the null values. I'll apply some, here bs code dot list dot clean. This is an additional, node actually. Now I see only 2440. Out of 41, I see there are only 30 lights. There exactly. But if I want to add, I just want to get all this like, the level information. So I'll type, I have an element. Can you please get the level information? No, why it is not working? No, you tried when you asking name, it has given. If I'm asking ID, it's giving you. If I'm asking a name, it's giving me. But if I'm asking like level, why it's not giving that? All functions are not exactly. This is not custom node actually. This is just a code. Custom node is something different. Okay. So how do I follow this? Every single thing, only this design scripting training. Go on YouTube, like design script training for Revit Dynamo. You won't get a single video. Understand? Okay, this is completely my creation. So not my creation. So we are adding it into our training. You understand? Generally, we have some sort of document. This is mandate. It's a mandate since the code looks very easy to understand. If I show you the same code in Python, it will take some time for you to understand that. Okay, it's not that easy. Python is something complicated than this. This is easiest than Python. So if you're learning something from easiest, so you'll apply this strategy in Python. 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 See, all you'll be learning. All you'll be learning. Before that, I wanted to at least you should know the syntax how to follow. That is my clear intention. Otherwise, why should I increase my hours and why should I, kill my energy? I can directly let you sit into the dynamo. Not like that. Okay. So every student who joined my training, they should feel confident in the training. Understand? Okay. So any questions? Any questions? Saini, Chaitanya Singh, Dev, Gagan. I don't know who is this GB. Interview Yugandhara, 8 years. Mhm. iPhone, Mr. Jignesh, Prashant, Ram Krishna, Ribesh. Is it clear? Since it's today is Sunday, so most of the people haven't joined. Hmm? Good. Fine. So, do you understand anything today? Did you understand something today? Did you feel this today is a productive workshop?
Yeah, Rajesh ji,
Hmm?
is
Generally, I shouldn't reveal the magic behind, all these concepts, but I just want to show you how easy it is. And with the help of this, it's really easy. It's really understand with the help of the chat, it is really easy. Clear?
yeah, Rajesh ji, audible?
Yes. Come on.
Yeah, so Rajesh ji, a very nice session regarding to extract the information from the intelligent model. So
Mm-hmm.
we are mostly working in the beam coordinator or beam manager. So this dynamo, how can help in this professional? Can you highlight that?
In every scenario, for example, um, I'm just sharing my experience.
Yeah.
Um, for example, you have something here. Okay, first suppose I'll just give you an example. You have a task.
Okay.
This is actually a layout. Okay,
Mm, mm,
so you have, my experience, like generally, my engineer, you
mm,
are engineers, or if you're a coordinator, you keep on changing. They comment, you know, keep on changing the layouts.
mm,
They're adding some objects and removing some objects.
mm.
Okay, so this will lead changing every object name, like the tagging.
Okay.
So today there are like 50 elements.
Mm,
Tomorrow it will be 50, tomorrow it will be like a 60. Will be added
mm.
in the mid of it. So who will
Okay.
sit and do the changes?
Mm,
So level, if this is object where it started from somewhere, 13, 15, 16, something, yeah, whatever. So it's a 13, 14, 15, 16. So where is 17? 17 is missing
right.
and 18 here. So in that case, how do you do that? So you have to change 18 to 17, 19 to 18, then 31 to
Yeah,
30,
it
31
take
to
too much
20.
time, right?
Lot of time. So if
Mm,
you give this task to your team members, like your modelers, so they'll waste your time. If it's a 4 hours task, they'll take 8 hours.
mm,
So why? Why do you do all this? Can't you create all this in just a minute? For example, I have a 40, saying I have a 40 legs. So I have a 40 legs here. Let's say I have 30 legs. I want to I just want to check the mark values of this. So
mm,
I use it, get parameter. Libanian. Let me check for this. I would like to check mark value of this. Now they're not in order, if you notice it. So 12,
Mm,
2, 3, something like. But
mm,
my intention is very clear. So since it's like a 2440, now I want to add, I just want to create something, set parameter by name, and I follow the same elements, and the parameter name will be same, but the values will start count 50. So I wanted to start from 1 full X. Sorry, are you getting me my hero sounds? Yeah. So I would like to add something plus add this, and I want to extract the 2440 something. So I'll add 2440 like okay, with hyphen, connect this. Now I see 24401. Now if I connect something to it, all changed in just minutes. I just simply changed it. Did you notice
mm.
that? Is it clear? So I've done this. So I can simply change. I mean, if it is like 12, 22, 33 or different numbers. If I want to change an order, I can change it. No, I just need only this data. Connect the values. Okay. To a string. I just need only these numbers. I'll just simply connect the numbers to it. I can see this. Are you clear now? So if I just again, if I would like to show something, you connect this to this, and you connect this and check 2440. If I go and put this object, oh, there's turn off everything except lighting fixtures. I think this, see 2440
Mm.
mm1. See, do you see that 2440 2? These are groups. Even still, you can see the values on. Okay, I mean, if it is ungrouped, still you can see that even though it's in a group. So 244017. You see that? So it's very simple. I mean, these kind of things we every day we have these kind of an irritative tasks a lot. Do you understand? Okay. So we
Yes.
can simplify those tasks with and if you have a script, it gonna I mean let the engineer come and give a lot of I mean the same input. Let him keep on changing the inputs. So no worries. Do you understand? One single execution will do its work. If there are anything elements added, let it add, no problem. So I would like to change this to, if out of 30, 10 objects from level 1, the 10 objects from level 2, the other 10 objects from level 3. Let it be. You add a function here like level function and then segregate it. So here L1, 2440 mm, first one. L1, 2440 mm, second object. So you can add all these functions. Is it clear? Is
Yeah,
it
it
clear?
is.
So
Yes, it is clear.
these kind of
And
Buddha, we
yes,
generally
and
don't have, yeah, actually, generally, we don't have any add-ins for these kind of small stuff. The scripts will save you a lot of time when it comes to the projects. Understand? Not only this, not only for your, the same thing can be, the same repeated task will be in all the disciplines. You can fix it out. Understand? Okay? Good. Come on. Any other question?
yes, so there are thousands of family in a Revit model. So can we
Hmm.
extract that family which have not informatic, or we can say the family have with the good information or not
Ah,
information, right?
You, yes, yes, you can. There
Okay.
is a concept called filtering, sorting, grouping, and filtering.
Mm-hmm.
Sorting, grouping, and filtering. So if
Mm-hmm.
you apply all this, if you, I mean, you can clearly say that don't disturb any other elements apart from level one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying like a filtering. So
Filter.
you're filtering the objects. This is what we have done. Earlier we have a 51, but now we have 30. So how it happened? I applied a filter concept here. Understand? Okay.
Yes.
So we don't have a thousands of nodes to be. I mean, if you ask me, Rajesh, can you close your eyes and say what are the nodes that you know? I can't say hardly 10 or 20. Seriously, 10 is also very tough. Since I've shown you some examples, I can remember all this. So I say all these node names. But if you wake me up and ask me, like, if you tell me 100 nodes, I'll give. If you offer me 1 crore, I'll fail. At least 50 nodes, I'll fail. Seriously. But I know the concept. It's not from experience, to be frank. It's purely, it's a conceptual, that is the reason conceptual training is you no need to buy hat anything. You no need to buy hat. The way I explain, if you understand the concept and you implement that concept, you no need to remember all these notes. You will get the notes, how understand what it is expecting and connect it and understand what you are getting out from it and how to find an connecting word to it and then connect it. It's the same. If you know how to play with one block, you will directly come to know how to play with the connecting block. But how do you come to know this is your connecting block? That's the magic. That's we'll see in the training. Clear? Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yes, clear. Thank you.
Hmm? Good. As you said, it's difficult to create a script for Revit families after doing this Dynamo Post will capable of doing. See, array, why you stretching onto the families? Why you have to use why you have to use Dynamo for creating families? Yes, you can create. I mean, geometries are something different, Chaitanya. For example, I'll just show you one, you should understand something crazy. Okay. Um, I have a detail line. Families are something different. Okay. The objects, for example, this is the road. This is just like, or a tunnel or it's a railway track or something. This is just a line. This is around like 150 kilometers. It is like 150 kilometers. Okay. So first let me get this into the dynamo. Select model elements. Select model element. I have this vehicle. Element dot geometry. I have an element. Can you please convert to the geometry? Now I have a curve in my model. Okay. Now I want to convert this curve. Like, I just want to create um into a floor or something or some other different object. So I'll just use translate geometry dot translate. So I have another geometry with around some distance with 25 distance. So I mean the red color, line represents the x direction. So not in this direction, I need in this direction. So the green represents y. What if I connect here? I see another line on this side. No, it should be in the y direction. So see next to it. What if I change this to the z? I can see something like this on the top of it. Now we can convert this into the wall or some surface. Clear? So I'll create y translation. Now point at parameter, point at parameter. I have curve. So this is the first curve. No, it's a first curve and this is a second. connect this count, and I'll say 0 to 1 with a step of I need around like it's a 50 points. See, even I connected, if you don't change this laser into mass product, okay, this is too much. 25. Okay, fine. So I would like to implement the same thing, control C, control E, on the another sort of very good. So I have this point. Let me decrease the number to 15 something bit closer. Line dot by start point and end point, what we have played today. See this. Now this is my tracking system. I have to place some families, place some structural, we'll call it, what we call that, I don't remember the terminology. So this one we'll call it something, whatever, a structural object. Okay. So I can convert this line. How did we convert a line into the wall today? So I can convert the same into something else. Okay. Is it clear? No, I want to create something geometry. I can create in this dynamo itself point. So where there is a point, I would like to place a circle like a column. Circle, circle dot by center point radius by center point radius and normal. Now, these are the points actually. These are the points. At these points, do you see the circle? Do you see the circle? But that circle, not the circle. I'll just use a flare or something. Polygon dot regular polygon. So geometry is easy, but it is time consuming. Why do you have to do all this? Okay, that's a polygon, but I need 4 sides. Now that's something cool. But I need the radius supposed to be 0.5 or something. Okay. Now radius. Of course, yes, we can create a for parametric families, Dynamo is really cool. And I've explained that in the training as well. Actually, that is a different training, Ram and Chaitanya. Okay, Dynamo is different. The 45 hours which I teach you, it's completely different than the Dynamo geometry. Dynamo geometry course fee itself, it's a 20,000 additional. But I'm offering it as a complimentary since I'm sharing in the recorded format. Okay. So the people who would like to learn, they will claim it. If you don't want, you know, you don't need to claim. Understand? Okay. So I'll explain all this, what we are doing exactly. You can create a bridge, you can create a tunnel. I've shown you how to create a tunnel. So if you have an object, like how do you convert that into a complete a structural Namaste, Mr. Ram. Creating Rivet families is different. I don't suggest. Creating geometries is different. Clear. Creating a complete Rivet geometrical project is different than a Rivet families. Clear? Don't get confused. Even you can consider this is also like a family, but not. Placing Rivet families, if you already have, it's different than creating Rivet family is completely different. Okay? So, I mean, for admission, I can say, yeah, come and join. I'm not such kind of a person. I should, clear everything before you take an admission. Okay. So I'm going to teach you everything which generally a person, because if you go for any company, no companies will ask you to create a Revit family with the help of Dynamo. Understand? Clear? I mean, if such a company is asking, it's a foolish company, because no one will waste their time on creating the Revit families with help of Dynamo. If it is a parametric family, or I mean, if it is an adaptive family, yes, you can apply Dynamo. But if it is a general, like, creating the block is, for example, if you want to create a panel, how long it will take? Cuboid, very simple. Cuboid by width, length, and height. Simple. Say this. I mean, if the width is like a 10, connect it. If the length is 30, connect it. Uh-huh. Length is 15, connect it. If the height is 30, connect this. Now I have a cuboid. Where is the cuboid? See, I have an electrical panel. Okay, if our width is just change to 5. See, I have an electrical panel now. I can place a point there and I can create a component and I can convert that into it. It's very simple. It's very simple, but still I don't suggest. Clear, everyone? Clear? Hmm? Clear, Noram and Chaitanya. Simple, but few things you have to eliminate. Otherwise, it's a time waste. Okay? Cool. So, regular polygon. So, I have a polygons now. Copy the same thing and implement on these points. In these points, I have another scuff point square. But how do I change these planes now? How do I change it? It should look towards this direction. So for that reason, we have a plane. We have a planes here. So what is a plane? Vector. Vector dot by coordinates. I think you will feel something crazy this because you should learn the ABCDs first. Then you have to understand all this. If I started showing everything in the workshop, but I'm not hiding that. You may, I don't know whether you're testing me that can we do all this or not. Something that happens. That is the reason I'm just showing you. I'm confident on all these things. Okay. And the way I teach you, it's very spoon feeding. If I see your, curiosity, and I know that you are worthy candidate, which you can bring a business by placing you into the companies, I'll definitely sit and explain you all this. Clear? So I'll just change one to this and connect and I'll check. Now see that how it is actually looking, how it's actually changing. See now that has changed its direction. This circle is looking in the top, towards, the top direction, but this is looking towards this direction. So Y is the one. Correct. Control C, control A. Try this again. Perfect. Now I want to connect these two. How do I do that? I have a polygon. I have a polygon. Right? So surface dot by loft, or surface dot by. There are a lot. They're expecting like a cross sections. So if you have to connect a cross section, yes, you have to connect this by using list create. There are, if one scenario failed, we'll try with another scenario. Connect all this. So you see the different blocks. Now, if this didn't work, try another one. Try another strategy. So there are n number of strategies. Now you do this. It will create something like an object like here. Okay. So you can convert that into, you can place some sort of bubbles. You can do all this stuff with the dynamic. Is it clear? Is this clear, everyone? Guys, is this clear? Could you repeat? Design script, I think this is enough. What if I have a script? This one, let's say for now, Control L. I just clean this node. Now they are in a proper structure. I just select all this, press Control L. I, I'll just create copy, hold the control, drag this and right click, node to code. This is the design script code. Okay. I'll just select all this. Again, hold the control key and drag it. Right click, node to code. So since if you have any elements, you can't convert English. So this is the design script code. So you have to understand. It looks crazy, but trust me, by end of the training, you will understand this very, very clearly. That that I can promise. Clear, everyone? Clear? Hmm? So we extended this workshop for 18 minutes. Hmm. Good. So can I expect anyone from here to the training? Hmm? If anyone interested, let me know so that I can. We have very limited seats. Okay, so I have to block your spots. Okay, so this is the link. I mean, if you're interested, that okay. So I have sent the link. Follow the link if you're interested. Let me know. I'll add. Okay. Yeah, Chaitanya, tell me any question. Chaitanya. Ah, okay. You're saying like you're interested. Okay, cool. And text me on WhatsApp on this number. 836709036. Okay, I will be available. I mean, if you follow the above link, it will directly take you to the my WhatsApp. Okay, clear, guys. Time is very important than money. Okay, so I don't want you to waste your money. Since anyways you have to learn this in coming months or coming years. Learn in advance. So grab the best position since there is no competition. People used to say that when you have a lights, you have to, clear everything, right? So, okay, otherwise, power cut issues, such. Okay, so, um, if no questions, shall I take a leave? Shall I take a leave? Hmm? Guys, the permission? Or tell me if you still have any questions. No? Guys, are you there? Bro, you there? Okay,
Yes,
fine
Python
then, since
will
no
come
questions.
under.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Who's this?
It doesn't have some. Python
Sorry?
will come under this course or otherwise it will different
Okay,
one.
fee structure, it's 25,000. I explained yesterday. It's 25,000. It's 25K. Okay. So we have two different levels. But, you're changing the fee. I mean, I think you can't afford in the coming months. From the 2025, the fee slab is completely going to be changed. Okay, better I suggest you to enroll now. And in the next future batches, I don't even take the demos as well. Because how many people will join? Let them join. I'll just the duration is 30 days. But mostly I know the students will not allow me to finish the training in the 30 days. They'll definitely extend. So there is no time limit. There is no course duration as of now. Approximation is like a month. So weekdays, every day, 8:30 to 10:30, same as like today. Weekends, you have an assignments to work. Okay. Like 5 week, I mean, like a 4 weeks, 4 into 5, total 20 sessions. So we may go with 22 or 24 sessions. That's it. So Python will come under Python. Actually, once you are confident on the level one, okay, so there will be a break between the Dynamo geometry and design scripting and ChatGPT. So you have to take a break for at least a month and then continue the level two. In level two, you see Python RAM, not in level one. Okay, clear? See, Python we teach for 7 to 8 hours. Design script I'm teaching in 7 to 8 hours. I don't want to waste your time. I can directly teach you Python. But if you learn, if you, I mean, you may feel something, like new, and I mean, it will take some time for you to understand. If I teach you Python, I have to show you the examples where it works. So if I want to show you examples, I have to explain the modules. So if I explain the modules, I have to show some examples. So if I'm showing some example, I have to show you the result. So all these are interlinked, and all these things can be done in 7 hours or 8 hours. Python course itself, it is around 45 to, yeah, around 45 hours. Beyond than 40 hours. Understand? So we don't teach you on any hourly basis here. Until unless you understand the concept, we'll keep on teaching you. Understand? You take a month, you take a 2 months, you take a year. That's it. Okay. So in case if you have no time joining properly, I mean, if you want to rejoin again, you can join anytime without paying single thing. Understand? Okay. But we see your presence, like, I mean, if you're not present that much in a batch, and if you're expecting something, I mean, if you're expecting to be joined again, I'll allow you, not a problem. I mean, you can join the second time and sit and learn. Okay. So utilize this deal. It really makes sense. Trust me, it's very, very productive for you. Okay. Clear, buddy? Hmm? Clear, Stay? Hmm? What's your full name, Stay? Is it Ishte or what? Generally, in our language, Iste means giving. Mohammed, oh, Istiak. Are such a nice name, no? We are spoiling it. Istiak, nice name. Okay, good. Okay, okay, good. Thanks, Ram. Thank you. Bye. See you in the training again. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye bye. Good night. Um, a companion. Ask what catch me. What has happened? Oh,